Yes, yes, guys, everything bite-sized here with another funny Reddit thread. So, this thread is titled, What is the most disgusting thing you've ever done? And obviously, it being Reddit, I'd assume that the first couple of comments are either going to be hilarious or absolutely filthy. So, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read the first comment and maybe read more. So, apologies in advance for this being long. We have a big outdoor music festival here every year that is in a large park town. Parentheses, they shut down the streets around it as well and used the civic centre right by the park. When I was 17, we went like we parentheses, my then girlfriend and I did every year. Well, it was the last day of the event and it was coming to an end on Sunday night. As we were sitting in front of the stage for one of the last acts, I get the ever so dreadful churning and gargling in my stomach. Oh no, the ever the ever so dreadful churning and gargling in my stomach that I always know is going to end in diarrhea. Yeah, you just know, don't you? The porta potties are about a football field away, and they always had long lines, so I decided to tough it out since I was about to head home. It, this is when he knew he had fucked up. It progressed further to the point that I'm starting to sweat and getting sharp pains as we begin packing up and walking out. I have to walk about 4 blocks over to a parking garage where I and they, parentheses, her family are parked. So we get there, I'm clinching, trying to hold it together, and she's doing the usual drawn out teenage goodbye, which feels like eternity. Finally, she leaves, and I head up to the middle deck, parentheses, about 3 floors up. They were on the bottom, to my car. As I walk towards my car, she calls my phone and informs me she has my keys still, parentheses, were in her purse, and I'll come back down and get them. Now, at this point, it has rapidly progressed to the point I'm penguin walking around the parking garage, about to lose the good fight. I get back down and get my keys. She draws out the I love you, I'll miss you, blah, 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 blah again, and I'm about to just run away. She leaves, and I think maybe I can get back in and just hold it till I get to the porta potty. No dice. Since the event was over, they wouldn't let anyone back in. I make it back to the garage, dripping buckets of sweat, having to stop every 10 feet or so to clinch and wait for the all temporary clear. Yeah, I can relate to that. There is no public elevator in the garage, so I'm stuck between floors in the stairwell when it's game time. Nothing could hold it back. It was as if someone had kicked me in the stomach and there was no holding back. I fling my pants slash boxers off and the most horrible chunky liquid spews out. There is so much of it that it starts running down the stairs and all of a sudden the door on the bottom floor, 2 flights of stairs below me, open. I quickly wipe my bottom. This doesn't sound good. I quickly wipe my bottom with my boxers and throw my pants back on. As I'm entering my floor's door, I hear OMFG, OMG, 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 WTF. I hop in my car and take off. It's a shit and run. You see, he's committed a shit and run. Flash forward to the next day. We are sitting around watching TV and they run a news story about the event. Apparently, the doorway I lost it at was also the floor that was the entrance to the mayor's office. Oh shit, this is when he definitely knew he fucked up. They are looking for the quote unquote vandals. Shit vandals. And there may be a award for any information. At this point, being 17, I'm freaking out thinking, what if cameras saw me? What if they saw my car and started questioning people? What if they DNA test the poo? My girlfriend is utterly disgusted at the story and thinks people like that should be put down, unquote. A few days later, I get a call from the police department that I need to come down to the station. I'm, of course, freaking out, immediately turn pale white, according to my mum. We make it down to the station, and I'm at the point of being in tears, thinking I'm going to jail. Turns out they had recovered my stolen car stereo that was stolen a few months back. They just needed me to sign off on it. To this day, I've told no one this story. Reddit, you are the first. Edit. Wow, this has really caught traction. When I went to bed, this was at the bottom, and I figured no one would actually read it. My story being forever safe. To anyone doubting it, this story is very real, unfortunately. Afterwards, and to this day, I carry a small pack of baby wipes in my glove box and a dose of Imodium, and in my wallet. See, like this sounds kind of ridiculous, but I can believe it. Because like I was at a rave once, like a free, we call them free parties in the UK, where it's like you don't have to pay, you just turn up and there's a bunch of DJs outside underneath a gazebo, and you're all off your nut on drugs. And I was walking like home, it was like 5, 6 miles home, and I fucking needed the shit so bad. I went through this whole waddling thing that this guy did, where I was, like stopping every 5 minutes, and then it turned to every 3 minutes, and then every minute, till it got to the point where it was literally like I was prairie dogging. Thankfully, it wasn't diarrhea, but yeah, I had pill shits. That's what they call them, and oh man, I chose it. It was like probably about 4 in the morning and just starting to get light. And I hate to even admit this, man. This is disgusting. But when you gotta go, you gotta go. I chose someone's garden who had hedges so that there was cover, and yeah, I did a shit and run. I feel really bad about it, but yeah, I did a shit and run. They must have thought that a really big badger had had a shit in their garden or something. And not only that, I had to take off one of my socks to wipe, and yeah, I had no way of washing my hands. So that's probably just as disgusting as the story I just read out. So yeah, there you go. Have fun with that. Um, yeah. So on that cheery note, on that bombshell, I've been everything bite size. Check out my other videos like this. Check out my music videos. Check out my shorts. Subscribe for more. Peace.